Today we're continuing to read The Brothers Karamazov. "Here's the hermitage, we've arrived," cried Fyodor Pavlovitch. "The gates are shut." And he repeatedly made the sign of the cross to the saints painted above and on the sides of the gates. When you go to Rome, you must do as the Romans do. Here in this hermitage, there are 25 saints being saved. They look at one another and eat cabbages, and not one woman goes in at this gate. That's what is remarkable, and that really is so. But I did hear that the elder receives ladies, he remarked suddenly to the monk. Women of the people are here too now. Lying in the portico, they're waiting. But for ladies of higher rank, 2 rooms have been built adjoining the portico. But outside the precincts, you can see the windows, and the elder goes out to them by an inner passage when he is well enough. They are always outside the precincts. There is a Kharkov lady, Madame Holikov, waiting there now with her sick daughter. Probably he has promised to come out to her, though of late he has been so weak that he has hardly shown himself even to the people. So then there are loopholes after all, to creep out of the hermitage to the ladies. Don't suppose, Holy Father, that I mean any harm. But do you know that at Athos, not only the visits of women are not allowed, but no creature of the female sex, no hens, no turkey hens, nor cows. Fyodor Pavlovitch, I warn you, I shall go back and leave you here. They'll turn you out when I'm gone. But I'm not interfering with you, Pyotr Alexandrovitch. Look, he cried suddenly, stepping within the precincts. What a vale of roses they live in. Though there were no roses now, there were numbers of rare and beautiful autumn flowers growing wherever there was space for them, and evidently tended by a skillful hand. There were flower beds around the church and between the tombs, and the 1-storied wooden house where the elder lived was also surrounded with flowers. And was it like this in the time of the last elder, Varsonofy? He didn't care for such elegance. They say he used to jump up and thrash even ladies with a stick, observed Fyodor Pavlovitch as he went up the steps. The elder Varsonofy did sometimes seem rather strange, but a great deal that's told is foolishness. He never thrashed anyone, answered the monk. Now, gentlemen, if you will wait a minute, I will announce you. Fyodor Pavlovitch, for the last time, your compact. Do you hear? Behave properly, or I will pay you out. Miusov had time to mutter again. I can't think why you are so agitated, Fyodor Pavlovitch observed sarcastically. Are you uneasy about your sins? They say he can tell by one's eyes what one has come about, and what a lot you think of their opinion. You, a Parisian, and so advanced. I'm surprised at you. But Miusov had no time to reply to the sarcasm. They were asked to come in. He walked in, somewhat irritated. Now I know myself. I am annoyed. I shall lose my temper and begin to quarrel, and lower myself and my ideas, he reflected. Chapter 2. The Old Buffoon. They entered the room almost at the same moment that the elder came in from his bedroom. There were already in the cell, awaiting the elder, 2 monks of the hermitage. One, the Father Librarian, and the other, Father Paisi, a very learned man, so they said, in delicate health, though not old. There was also a tall young man who looked about 22, standing in the corner throughout the interview. He had a broad, fresh face, and clever, observant, narrow brown eyes, and was wearing ordinary dress. He was a divinity student, living under the protection of the monastery. His expression was one of unquestioning but self-respecting reverence. Being in a subordinate and dependent position, and so not on an equality with the guest, he did not greet them with a bow. Father Zosima was accompanied by a novice and by Alyosha. The two monks rose and greeted him with a very deep bow, touching the ground with their fingers, then kissed his hand. Blessing them, the elder replied with as deep a reverence to them, and asked their blessing. The whole ceremony was performed very seriously and with an appearance of feeling, not like an everyday rite. But Miusov fancied that it was all done with intentional impressiveness. He stood in front of the other visitors. He had reflected upon it the evening before, from simple politeness, since it was the custom here to have gone up to receive the elder's blessing, even if he did not kiss his hand. But when he saw all this bowing and kissing on the part of the monks, he instantly changed his mind. With dignified gravity, he made a rather deep conventional bow and moved away to a chair. Fyodor Pavlovitch did the same, mimicking Miusov like an ape. Ivan bowed with great dignity and courtesy, but he too kept his hands at his sides, while Kalganov was so confused that he did not bow at all. The elder let fall the hand raised to bless them, and bowing to them again, asked them all to sit down. The blood rushed to Alyosha's cheeks. He was ashamed. His forebodings were coming true. And that's the end of the reading for today. Have a good day.